Welcome to Eskdale. It is 7 o'clock, 7 a.m. on Friday the 13th, if you really need to know. It really is, I'm not joking. It's Friday the 13th. But I don't believe in ghosts and ghouls and vampires and fuck's sake. Fucking shit. Believe in owls though. Yes, I don't believe in any of that nonsense. I don't believe in ghosts. Sorry. Anyone looking for a ghost hunt? I'm a grown up. What I am doing is starting the Eskdale Medley, or an Eskdale Medley, one of the two, can't remember quite which one at the moment, but it is actually one of my favourite walks. I've done this one quite a few times. It's about 10 miles and includes 3 Wainwright fells. Hardknott, Harter fell and Green Crag. So it's a straightforward walk, except for the bogs. You know, the bogs can be a bit of a nuisance. If there's been a lot of rain, then they can be literally impassable in places. But I think today on the ground we have a bit of snow, so snow and ice, so hopefully those bogs will be frozen over somewhat. So I'm just negotiating my way through this haunted forest. Forest, normal forest, which does have owls in it. All the critters making little noises. Deer, you know, deers make creepy noises, you know, logic. So I'm just trying to find my way up to the forestry road for a bit, and then I'll be heading up the side of Harter Fell towards Hardknott. So I think we're just about on the forestry path now. It's just here. Yes. Ooh. So I'm just heading up this forestry track for a bit before heading right up a seldom used path. So, I can see down Crag over there to my right, with Grey Friar next to me, poking through the trees. But I'm going over here first to Hardknott. I don't know what I'll see once I get up there. I don't know if we're going to get any views later today or not. But as I said, this is one of my favourite walks in the Lake District, so I have plenty of other footage that I can intercut with today's footage if I have to. So I'm at the turnaround spot for the Forestry Commission vehicles, and I usually come up from that way down at Birks Bridge car park, but I usually take the long way around and just use this track. Use up far less energy, but I just wanted to do a slightly different version of the route, which is only different at the very start and the end actually, but you know, I had to try. Oh, over there is kind of Pike of Blisco and Crinkle Crags, etc, etc. Coming into view now is the back end of, or front end if you prefer, of Hardknott. Here, it's just beyond this. And I should be there in about half an hour from now, I would imagine. And I'll have a refreshment break up there and take in can be the best views of the day. You know, these three fells, they've all got their own kind of perspective on the Scar Fells. They've all got their own little view of it. It's difficult to choose which one has the best view. I think probably Harter Fell. I think Harter Fell is probably my favourite small fell. I mean, well, it's not probably, it is. It definitely is. And it's just on the, you know, it's just on the limit where it's a small fell, but it's almost kind of getting towards being one of the bigger ones as well. It's like a kind of mid-range fell. So it's a bit unfair to call it a small fell. I think like Loughrig is a small fell. Lingmore, Harterfell's a little bit more prominent and mountain-like. I've just reached the gate, which is opening and closing by itself, as you can probably hear. Or it's either that or it's a ghost. It isn't. What could it be? Could it be the wind, maybe? I don't know. It can't be. Can't be that. It's got to be a ghost. Ooh. Yes, it's broken. Okay, so normally what I do here is strip off a bunch of layers before heading up to Harter Fell or Hardknott, but I'm not doing that today because it's freezing. It's freezing. So it's getting colder as well. So I'll just keep them on for now, I think. So, batten down the hatches a little bit. Put my torches away. So it is very cold now because I'm out on the open fell side. Out on the open fell side basically. So there's no shelter from this wind chill that I've been hearing about all week, and it is quite biting actually. I have to keep an eye on my batteries because this will just kill them. So we are coming up to Hardknott Pass actually. It's not far away, it's just beyond this ridge here. As you can see. It's actually not even that long since I was here. When was that? late April, May something, when I was doing the Ghosts of Dalmatia video about the Roman road and the Hardknott fort. I tacked on Hardknott and Harter onto that walk. I approached them from the other side. But I am loving this walk already. You know, snow in the lakes is getting rarer and rarer by the year, so you really have to make the most of it now when it comes. So you can just see the tip of Slight Side over there. You won't be able to because it's in the snow. It's actually snowing over there, and it's supposed to be snowing now. Actually, it's supposed to be snowing until about midday, 12 o'clock. So far I've escaped most of it in terms of snow, and the roads were pretty clear coming in, so I had been watching and keeping a close eye on the weather forecast for the last 2 days, and particularly last night, just to see if the weather was going to allow me to get here. I did have a plan B and a plan C if I wasn't able to get to the Duddon Valley. I was going to do the Swindale round if I couldn't get here, because it's near Shap, and Shap is just off the motorway, so yeah, less chance of getting snowed in basically. Woo! Oh. Fantastic, I love it. Very careful on this. Snow can just cover up the bogs. It attaches itself to the grass poking through. It makes it look like there's a firm surface for you to walk on, but just underneath the snow is just swamp, and you know, you can lose your foot up to your knee quite quickly. So here is where I want to go, around the back of there. Down across here actually is the old Roman road, which I was on. Just running across there. That is the old Roman road. I know it doesn't look like it, but it is. That's it. So I do have a plan in the autumn to follow this Roman road all the way from Ravenglass to Ambleside. So I'm just actually going to bite the bullet and get a drone in the summer, just so I can film that the way I want to film it. Because you know, it's difficult to see old Roman roads when you actually stood on them. Sometimes you need an eagle eye view, but this is it here. This is the Roman road. Just running across down here, down there. You know, sorry to. Should I walk along it for a bit? Yeah, why not? Might as well. You know, hasn't been used properly to, you know, 1600 years or something. I think the odd quad bike uses it now. Yeah, it carries on down there. You can see it. You can see it. The snow kind of highlights it. I did a whole other video on it. Ghosts of Dalmatia. Ghosts. Woo. Ooh. Friday the 13th. No, what I was trying to say is that down at Hardknott Fort, the auxiliaries there were from Dalmatia, so you know, figure it out. Figure it out. So this is it, yes. The road carried on down here. Enjoyed the tarmac road there, and then it carried on down there. So I hope you appreciate this. I've made quite a detour here off my route just to show you this, but I'm coming off it now. Okay, so this is Hardknott Pass. Someone's actually driven on that. Wow, crazy, because it's just covered in a sheet of ice. It's not even trying to hide itself, it's just thick ice, you know. So someone's got good tyres on their 4x4. Crazy farmer, no doubt. Just see the edge of Hardknott Fort, maybe. I don't know, you probably can't. So I'm going to get up to Hardknott and hunker down and have a cup of tea somewhere. Oh. So the views from the top of here might be negligible, but I'll hang around for 25 minutes, have a rest, have a break, have a Kit Kat. Woo. So behind that cloud, mist, which is actually snow, deep snow here as well. So behind that snow is the Scarfells and Slight Side, just there. Behind over there is Scarfell Pike, but at the moment you cannot see it. So, but we'll persevere and hope for the best. You know, it might make an appearance. Whoa, whoa, fuck. Okay. Whew. Wasn't expecting that. Oh, shit. So I'm going to put this camera away for a little bit because these conditions are a bit that was Hardknott, but I couldn't record anything up there. It was just too windy, and my other DJI camera was giving me technical difficulties in the conditions. So I've just come off the summit and I'm going to have a cup of tea. Behind me is the Scarfells, but you can't see anything at the moment. But if there's any clips, old clips, they're on screen around about now, I should think. Yeah, that snowstorm that was forecast that I told you about has arrived. I just wish I'd not forgotten my goggles. That is Harter Fell over there. You can see it. That there is my next fell. So it looks miles away in this, but it's not. But you know, this straightforward walk, it's not a straightforward walk anymore. These conditions are a bit tricky. You've got to be careful. I should put my microspikes on really, but so far the snow's quite powdery, so it's alright for now. Obviously now I've said that, I'll just, you know, fall on my arse and make a fool of myself, but you know, thing is with microspikes, they just get clogged up and you end up carrying half the snow with you. So yeah, yeah, I very rarely use microspikes, very rarely. You know, it basically needs to be just sheet ice for me to put them on, because you know, there's such a faff. And it's very, you know, to be honest, it's very rare. I find personally that the conditions are that that's not ice, that was a hole. So, microspikes would have done nothing for me there. That was just a hole. Okay. So, we are back at the swinging gate from a couple of hours ago. Yeah, one of the few downsides to this walk is that you have to double back on yourself from Hardknott. But from now on it's kind of a circular route in a way. There's a bit of double backing on the Green Crag bit, but on this version anyway. But now we've just got to get up there. Harter Fell. It looks quite clear at the moment. In fact, dare I say it, a bit of sun might be coming out. The sun has got his hat on, maybe. Hip 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 hooray. The sun has got his hat on and he's coming out to play. You know, we might even get a view from the top of Harter Fell, looking back at the snow-covered Scarfells. That would be nice, wouldn't it? What a treat. no views. Well, not really anyway. I do believe we are getting a few views. So I'm about 150 feet from the top now, and it is very cold again, so I'm going to have to wrap up. Look at that though. Maybe by the time we get to the top, that mountain range might be clear. Who knows? Maybe I'm the only one up here. I can potentially bag this summit because this cairn isn't actually the summit at all. Funnily enough, in the dozen times that I've been up here, I've never actually touched the true summit, which is there. I've always just gone to the cairn like most people. So I might touch it. There's the true summit's in the background. Will I be going up the true summit today? No. I'm much more interested in these views. Let's give it a 360. Start over there. All this stuff. The view isn't complete yet, so I'm going to go and I'm going to sit down over here for 10 minutes. Maybe we'll clear. I'll see. So, I don't think it's going to clear anytime soon. I'm going to eat some sweets, get some calories in me, and then head off down to Green Crag, which is on the other side. And maybe by the time we get there, the view might be clear. So, just completely lost the path for half an hour. I mean, I didn't lose it, just covered in snow, and I've gone down the wrong way down the fell almost. I've had to cut across. But, it's the snow on this side of the fell is really deep. So I've just managed to get back onto a path now. Oh, back down. It's 1 o'clock now, and I haven't seen a single person still. Not a soul, which is quite something. You know, you think people would be out playing in the snow, but nope, seems not. Solid for now, but it's not going to be in a little while. You know, this is the section of the walk that is potentially tricky, very tricky, just because of the soft ground. Gosh, can you hear that? Squelch, 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 squelch. Ugh. Oop. Ugh. Nasty stuff this. Oof. Very wet. But look at Harter fell now. Whew. Covered in snow but clear. Maybe there will be some views from the top of Green Crag. Maybe, just maybe. Oh, is. Yeah, so I think Wainwright actually preferred this view of the three fells. This was his favourite, and I can see why. It's all in here, isn't it? You've got Harter Fell there in the centre, Scar Fells over here, and the Coniston Fells over there as well. It's all there in a giant panorama. But that's it. That's all three fells done. Let's get going. Let's get out of here. Just got about a 3 mile walk back to the car.